Hello, welcome. If you guys are practicing today and you want some props, you're welcome to have like a cushion or a pillow or even a block so that you can sit a little taller in this first beginning posture. So block or pillow if you have it. The ground will suffice as well. And as you come to your mat, maybe for the first time today, maybe for the first time this week, let yourself become like perfectly present here. And you can do this by like taking a look around your room and just noticing like what are you practicing with today? Maybe you have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea you want to sit with to sip as you move. And then, like, pick an object, could even be like a burning candle or something that you like to look at, and focus your attention there as you place your hands on your thighs. And just take a few moments to simply observe that item. No needing to like identify it or label or start to like create storylines behind it, but just as you look, what do you notice? And this is a really good practice to help you concentrate your energy. Because so often we have our monkey brains scattered, but this first just like initiation of your practice just pulls you into presence. And as you observe your object of choice, you can also start to move your breath in like a really smooth, silky way. And as you sit and look and breathe, I'm going to read just a quick little snippet of like what we're going to dive into today. Just like we preserve honey, jelly, or pickles to keep them fresh, safe, and re-nourishing over time, we intentionally preserve our peace so it isn't spoiled by external chaos or negativity or even overgiving. So, with this idea of maybe you're observing a container right now, and what you choose to fill that container with, like it matters. If you've got a different object in front of you, like the energy it gives off, the reason you have it in your house, like it matters. Take like two more breaths there as we focus today on filling ourselves up and protecting our peace. So, no matter what's going on outside, we can hold steady, calm, and grounded inside, staying nourished, staying safe. Good. And then from here, you can move your object out of the way and then just start to take your chin to your chest and round your shoulders so that you feel the shoulder blades pulling apart in the back. And then when you exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, but now pull your heart forward and spread the collarbones. Maybe even stretch through the throat, taking your head back. And then do that again. Roll your shoulders forward, create some expansion in your back body, and then exhale, reverse that, create expansion through the heart, the front of the body. One more time. Pull in as you exhale, maybe starting to connect breath to movement, and then inhale as the heart pulls forward. Good. Similar but different. Just neutralize for a second, meaning shoulders are over your hips. And then pull your heart forward like a cow, but then round your back as you circulate your hips and your shoulders. Your legs sort of stay steady. I've already heard some pops and cracks, but you're just moving your body, shifting between right sit bone and then left sit bone. The heart can circulate around the ribs. ribs around the hips, and then switch directions. I'm going to do my best too. Last week I took a poll and everybody was looking for more quiet, more silence. So I'm going to do my best to give you guys some more of those moments of like, let me just connect into my body without having to think about anything that I'm saying. Perfect. Go one more circle. Okay, we're going to stay seated here. So just bring your hips and your shoulders to align. Move your fingers down to your mat and just grow up in your spine. If you need to switch the cross of your legs or sit up on something, feel free to do so. And then bring your arms up into the sky, collect, inhale, and then exhale, right hand to left knee, turn over your back shoulder. When you have a little cross of the right arm over your midline, your left hand can kind of anchor behind you or grab onto your low sacrum. Just move your chin to a comfortable distance and then breathe again. Really, you can move into this like space of meditation in any of these postures. Focusing on breath, focusing on observing, not absorbing. Keep your right hand rooted, but then bring left hand up and overhead and take a side bend, letting your palm fall towards the floor. And then you can kind of play with your gaze, bringing it down towards the floor, and then lift it up into the sky. Last one, move the gaze downward, and then pull it up. Okay, fingertips fall to floor, both hands on either side of you. Take a breath, connecting to Mama Earth, but then growing up tall in the crown. Arms will reach back into sky, breath in. And then exhale, left hand across the body, hooks onto your right knee, right hand catches back pocket or rests to the floor or maybe whatever you're sitting on. And then play with your gaze. It can either reach straight out in front of you, beside you, or behind you. And then you breathe again. You know, like all of these poses that we're doing today, like they're carefully chosen. Just like whatever you add into your ingredients jar, whatever you're preserving is important. You're choosing the ingredients. You're choosing what adds to your calm. Keep your left hand hooked, but reach your right hand up and overhead and move yourself through a side body stretch. You can keep your gaze if it makes you dizzy, or maybe just to stretch through the neck, you draw your gaze down to the floor, feel the outer right, like little edge of the neck that connects to your occipital ridge down through the shoulder, and then move your gaze up into the sky. And maybe you feel it somewhere different this side. Just notice. And one more time, switch the gaze. Ground it down to the floor. And then dream a little bit, reach it up to the sky. Okay. Hands come back down by your sides. If you are sitting up on an object, maybe you shift yourself forward, remove the object, and then place your knees up to the sky, separate your feet a little bit, have your hands down behind you, and then swish the legs side to side so that with the hips, they can feel a little bit of mobility work, kind of using movement to get anything that's jammed or stuck, like let it flow and release out. You can use your breath with this. Inhale to pick up the knees, exhales to find them to the floor. Go one more time each side. Perfect. Move your feet out forward in front of you, feet together. We're going to do this again standing up, but let's do it first seated. It's going to be half sun salutation. Move your fingertips so they tent the floor. You grow your spine. You can have little bends in your knees. Okay, finding a flow. We'll inhale, lift our hands up high. Exhale, flush your heart to your thighs. Good. Lift up halfway, lengthening your arms and your back. And then exhale, fold again. Do it again. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. One last time. Circle the arms up skyward. Grow tall, ribs away from hips. And then forward fold, hinge, fold, decompress. And then lift, become alert again, halfway. And then exhale, fold, surrender back. And then pull your head up, move your heels into your body, take your feet to the side, and then find a tabletop position. You have your hands and your feet out long, maybe even gripping the ground. Fingertips can kind of suction cup the mat. You can do the same with your toes if you'd like. And just for a moment, maybe move around here organically. So you can take hip side to side, maybe take shoulder to hip towards one another. Another option can be to do cat-cow or like a wheelbarrow, meaning you're moving your ribs around the axis of your spine. Whatever you're doing, make sure you're doing about both sides. And then we're going to do gate. So move your right foot out to the side. You'll have your toes facing the same direction as your fingertips. Okay, take a moment to breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Find your core, find your strength. Do that again, and then we'll add movement. First, breathe in. Find the strength and length of your core. Exhale, move your body into stillness, but just focus on the breathing out. Okay, then movement. You'll inhale, find some lengthening. Exhale, maybe take your hips back. Good, and then just do that back and forth. Inhale, forward. Exhale, reach back. And if it feels right for the foot, I know you can't really see mine, but you can lift it as you lean back. If that feels right for you, lean forward, press it down. Good, and you should feel maybe some energy working through the inner, maybe outer line of the thigh. Okay, then stationary the body, make it still. Reach your right arm up into the air, create an opening through your heart, and then thread the needle, moving your hand between the space of wrist and knee, maybe dropping the shoulder. You can even drop your right temple to look to the left. And once again, notice sensation in inner line of thigh. Notice the outer line of the shoulder. Your body might make it flat to the floor. I've got like a closet door in my way, but you breathe, finding that observation quality, preserving your energy. Okay, to come out, scoot your left hand under the shoulder, reach your right hand into the sky. Place both palms back to floor. Let's extend our knee in and then out towards the back wall. Let your left hand reach out in front of you. 3 times elbow to knee, exhale. Inhale, re-extend, bird dog. Again, knee in, elbow meets, and then re-extend. Last one, pull it in. Reach it out. Find both hand and knee back down to floor. 2 breaths to find stillness or a little movement. Cat-cow, wheelbarrows, your choice. Continue to carefully choose what you're putting into your body this moment, this day. And then always. Left foot reaches back behind you and then out to the side for gate. So it's like your ankle, your hip, and your knee are all aligned in the left side. gate pose, you'll lift your left hand. Well, actually, first, before we do that, thread the needle, can you just stay stationary for a second? Sometimes the stillness is one of the toughest parts to do. Grounding down through hands, lengthening, strengthening through your core. Okay, and then you lift your left hand into the air, breathe in. And then you reach it back down because we're gonna go sliding back and forth with our hips first. So keep your left leg long, but then bring your right heel to your glute and then pull your glutes away and then pull back. Sorry, brain farts. It's because I haven't finished my cup of coffee yet. Good, 2 more breaths. Moving yourself forward. Maybe you flex the toes if you'd like as you lean your hips back and then push the toes back down to the floor when you come forward. Okay, that should be good. Now let's take our left hand to the air and thread the needle. I've been really needing this. Something got jammed in my shoulder. And this pose feels really nice because you can use the floor and decide how much pressure you want to give. So maybe the left shoulder comes all the way to the floor, right fingertips content. Maybe your temple comes down to the ground. And take note. As you're twisted up, what's pressing to floor? What's creating some space? Where is there some tightness? Like you're just taking inventory. What are you working with? Then right hand pulls back under shoulder, left hand goes up into the sky. Okay, then place the hand back down to the floor. Bring your left knee in and then out behind you. Right hand reaches 3 times. Pull your elbow into your knee. Create a little fire in your core. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, pull in. Good, last one. And your knee comes into your chest, and then your hand and your knee fall to floor. We're gonna go to our next opportunity for meditation. We're gonna come to mountain. So tuck your toes, lift your hips, come to down dog first. Okay, just like we did in our tabletop, if there's any wiggling you need to do, pedaling out the feet, swiveling the heels, walking your dog. You can even lift a leg if you want. And then look to your thumbs and just start to walk to the top of your mat. And then slowly roll and round up, finding yourself in a mountain pose. In your mountain, you have your ankles, your knees, your hips, your shoulders, your ears, trying to become one long line. And then your hands can go down by your sides. For this meditation, it will just be for 2 minutes, but I will quiet. Whether you choose to relocate your object and focus on that, if that was something that felt really good for you, that's an option. Another way you can meditate here is placing one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Close your eyes, and then can you concentrate? Can you connect to how your breath is moving in your belly, in your chest? And as you observe, can you just notice without following whatever's coming up in the mind, without feeding your energy to it? Can you maybe just pop it like a bubble and then return back to the sensations of the hands, back to the build of your body? I'll keep time and you follow your breath. My hope is that the more we can return to this place, even in the middle of our practice, the more likely we are to do it when we're in the middle of our day. so that we can really truly connect with what is protecting our calm and our peace and what is rising conflict or confusion. Can slowly start to open the eyes again. Just short, little bursts of plugging back into presence. Let your hands go and then move to the top of your mat. If you have props around, you might just move them out of the way. What we're going to do next is kind of like a moving meditation. It's very traditional. We'll go through half sun salutations like we did on our feet. And then we'll add sun A's and then sun B's. And we really only have about like 8 minutes to do these. So it's not going to be super long, but you are going to notice that we are going to create some heat in our bodies. If you need to take it a little slower, please like respect and honor that part of your body. We're not trying to create conflict within us right now. We're like trying to stay in that peace, but make it a moving dance. Okay, for half sun salutations, you're on your feet, you're grounded through your legs. Breathe in, lift up through your palms. That's your inhale. And then your exhale, forward fold. Maybe you swan dive the arms towards the toes. Pick up your spine halfway, hands onto your shins, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, hands and chest back down to floor, and then rise up, hands into the sky. Do it again. Exhale, forward fold, either hands through prayer, swan dive. Pick up the chest, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Rise again, inhale, lift up. Maybe the eyes closed. Exhale, forward fold. Stay strong in your legs. Pick up your spine, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold, flush the heart. Rise up again, inhale. Beautiful. Exhale, forward fold. Lift up halfway, inhale. Exhale, fold. This time we're going to step back, place the palms to the ground, step right foot back, and then your left, come to a plank. From your plank, take your knees to the ground. Bend your elbows straight back behind you, lower to your bellies. Ground down through feet and hips, lift your heart. Breathe in, grow through the crown. Exhale, lower chest again. Okay, your choice. You can tuck toes, pull back, hips to heels, child, or you might shoot straight back up with the hips for a down dog. Look to your thumbs, step your right foot forward, then your left. Come to your fold again. Inhale, pick up halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise, breathe in, move arms into the air. Gorgeous. Exhale, take it back down to the floor. Lift up halfway, inhale. Exhale, ground down through the palms, step back with your left foot, and then your right will meet into a plank. From your plank, drop the knees. Bend your elbows straight back behind you, lower heart. Ground down through hips and feet, lift up cobra. Exhale, take it back, down dog or pass through child's. Left foot moves to the top of the mat. Your right leg will follow, come to a fold. Pick up halfway, inhale. Exhale, fold. Rise up. One more time, sun A. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, palms to ground, right foot steps back. Left foot meets, come to plank. Lower the knees, drop the chest. Pick it up, cobra. Exhale, take it back, down dog or child's. Good, right foot steps forward. Left follows, come to fold. Halfway lift, pick up chest, and then drop it down. Rise it up. Gorgeous, everybody. Take it down, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the palms, step left foot back. Let your right foot meet, come to plank. Drop down if you'd like, maybe elbows drop to halfway, and then pull and push through up dog, or you can stay in your cobra. Exhale, down dog, or take it through your child's first. Left foot steps forward, right foot meets, come to a fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, take heart down, and then lift arms, rise up. Let's take our hands to prayer for a moment. Just take like 2 rounds of breath to reconnect to your rhythm. And then we'll do Sun B. These are going to be with warrior lunges and chairs. Take a breath here. Take a breath out. Good. Inhale, move your arms up and take your hips back, chair pose. With your exhale, you'll forward fold. Inhale, pick up the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, tent the hands, step your right foot to the back of the mat. Your choice if you need a low lunge first, you can drop the back knee, or to keep it more traditional, pull the back heel in and down. Keep a big bend into the front knee, and then rise up, warrior one. As you exhale, take the hands to the floor. Okay, your right foot will go up into the air behind you if you'd like, or you can just step it back to down dog. Okay, feet come to down dog, then hips dip to plank. Drop your knee to the floor, bend your elbow straight back behind you, lower heart, and then inhale, lift up, cobra. Exhale, down dog, maybe pass through child's first. Okay, right foot lifts into the air. Take it between the thumbs. Okay, drop the back heel in and down, and rise up, warrior one again. When you exhale, hands come down, back foot steps forward, come to fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Rise up, mountain. Take the hands with you, sink your hips low, chair pose. We're going to do the left side now. As you inhale, lift up, lengthen through your legs, and then forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, take your left foot to the back of the mat. Drop the back heel in and down. Keep the bend into the front knee and rise the arms. Warrior one. As you exhale, hands back to floor. Option to step your foot into the air or just meet it into down dog. From down dog, come to plank. Plank to chaturanga, belly on floor cobra, or hips floated up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot in the air, rise it high. Step it between your thumbs. Drop the back heel in and down. Rise up, breathe in. When you breathe out, it's a fold, hands to ground, back foot steps forward, come to hang low, and then lift up halfway. Exhale, lower heart to thighs, and then just roll your spine up to mountain. Hand on heart, hand on belly, 3-minute meditation. Observe, watch, find calm, find heart, find breath. Good, we have about 2 minutes left. As you continue to breathe and find your boundary of your containers. And as you find your boundaries, you protect your well-being. As we calm the waters internally, we're more easily able to make meaning. Not from a place of need or desire or pressure, but from a place of precision, intention. Keep breathing. Keep connecting to your source of energy. Letting all of that stirring up become more of a settling now. Really nice, everyone. 30 seconds, maybe like 3 to 5 more rounds of slow, deep, intentional breaths. And just like the practice of yoga, there's never a performance. It's always just a practice. And same with our peace, right? It's not a place, it's a practice, something we return to, we keep learning about. Take your hands, circulate them up and over the head, breathe in, maybe catch your elbows and take a side bend over to the right. When you inhale, come back through center. Take your arms back up to the sky. Switch so your opposite forearm is on top. And then lean over to the left. Breathe in, come back through center. Breathe out, release the hands, forward fold. Lift up halfway, inhale. When you exhale, plant the palms, step a right foot back and then your left, come to plank. And then drop to your knees, come to table, tuck your toes, and then drag your fingertips towards your knees, broken toe pose for a moment. Okay, see if you can even tuck your pinky toe underneath you. We're not going to be here long, maybe just for a sip of coffee, but find your spine stacked and notice the opening in the sole of the foot. If you are practicing with blocks for this next pose, you can use one next to your outer ankle. Let's come off of the toes. If you lasted that long, impressive, not an easy one. Then untuck your toes and just kind of like tap them out for a moment. Okay, if you do got a block, if you have a block and you want to use it, you can place it on the outside of the ankle. You could also use your toes tucked and place your hand on your heel. If neither one of those options work, it'll be a hand in your back pocket, okay? And then we're gonna take, well, let's say right hand in back pocket. We'll bring left hand up in the air, move your hips forward and lean back. Maybe look down to the ground past your right shoulder. If you're grabbing block or heel, can use that. Okay, then it's an exhale, hips down. If you just have one block, you'll take it with you. Bring your hands, flush them in front of you. Place opposite hand on back pocket or on block. Move your hips forward, lean your head back, gaze past and behind your left shoulder. And then we'll go between those two motions, like 2 more times each side. Go at your pace. Hips back, hands flush forward, return to the other side. Okay, this time, if you want to move to a full camel to transition, maybe grab both hands on heels or back pockets, find full camel, and then switch to the other side. Then take the hips back, flush forward. One more time, going just through the front, or maybe transitioning through the back. Good, everybody. Okay, when you're done, you can find a child's pose. So your hands reach out in front of you, your hips reach back. And then let's take it to like a little bit deeper if you would like, walking your hands forward, bringing your hips over your knees, flushing your heart to the ground, picking your chin or dropping the forehead, and you're in a puppy pose, heart melting pose. Good news is like winter is melting away. So next Wednesday, Park Yogis, we're going to be back in person. I hope that continues for next Sunday as well. Let yourself just like breathe into the ground, feel it's warming up. And then your hands can come back. Maybe pick up your hips a little bit. Find table. Let's go down dog. Breathe in. Okay, we're going to bring our right foot into the air. Take your heel to your glute, point your knee up into the sky. Find a wrapping, a stacking of the hip for three-legged. Breathe in, re-extend your knee, and then pull your knee into your nose. Beautiful. Re-extend to sky. One more time like that. Pull your knee into your nose, locate the space between your thumbs, and then step your foot there. Okay, back heel is going to drop in and down, and then move your arms up and out to a warrior two. From your warrior two, catch your hands above your head. Okay, keep the depth into your front knee, opening through your hips, bringing left hip back, right knee more forward, and then pull your elbows towards your back leg. Perfect. Okay, unwind the arms. Level the shoulders over the hips, warrior two, and then extended side angle. Right forearm to quad, left hand up and overhead. Okay, repeat one more time. Pick up the chest, catch the elbows, lean back. Breathe in, extend the arms. Breathe out, extended side angle, forearm to quad, or maybe even reach to the floor or to a block. Okay, arm extended out. So you have one long line of energy from wrist, shoulder, hip to heel. Okay, here we go. If you have a block underneath your hand, it could be helpful. Bring your left hand to your hip. Bring your right leg straight. You'll pick up your chest as you do, and then your hand can stay on the inner shin. If you do have that block, it could come to the inner or outer edge of your knee, ankle. And then take your gaze up to the top thumb. Triangle pose. Okay, then the next shape here is going to be hand to hip. Okay, bend back into the front knee. You can use your block if you have it. Heel toe your back, heel in. And then move your block or your gaze about 6 inches in front of your toe. Put a bend into the front knee, maybe put a bend into the back knee for a moment. Kind of switch your weight. And then we'll place block or hand to floor as you lift your back leg up and out so that your hips stay stacked. You're in half moon, so it's like triangle legs, but now your back leg is floated. Right hand can stay on hip or reach to sky. I guess that's your left hand. And then your opposite hand can come to the heart or stay on your block. Beautiful, everyone. Land to the feet, catch your right wrist, straighten both legs, lean back, peaceful triangle. Inhale, come up with the spine, open up the arms, take heels and toes out, star pose. Hips can lean forward, arms can reach back. And then when you exhale, hands to prayer, stack shoulders and hips, move your toes inward, take your hips backward, and then forward fold, wide-legged stance. Option here to maybe move your forearms down to the ground. Can widen your feet a little bit. Could even walk one hand and the other to one side of the legs and then to the other. Or if you have a inversion in your practice and you want to get upside down today, can try to bring forearms to ground, have your hands like create like a little basket for the back of your head. Maybe you move your legs in a little bit and then start to stack your hips over your shoulders. Maybe you get a little flight or a little forearm stand if you want to do like more like dolphin. And we'll just give everybody a moment in case they're flipping. If you're just down here, staying still, notice like what is moving. The heart, the breath, the blood, the energy, the prana. And then you can walk your hands in underneath your shoulders. Take your heels in a little bit and then keep your heels in, but point your toes out and then sink your hips for Malasana. Okay, tail goes down, crown of head goes up, maybe hands at prayer, connecting to the insides of the thighs. 2 more breaths, either eyes closed or maybe wide open. And here, like you're pressing your hands together, you're drawing your elbows into your outer thighs, you're finding like a seal. And that's like a jar, right? If you're making something good that's gonna last a long time, you have to make sure the seal is good so that nothing bad can get in, but nothing good can get out. Bring your hands to ground, flip your feet, and then create a forward fold but less wide legs, and then just heel toe them in. And in our practice, the way we create that seal is we commit to ourselves, we commit to the consistency of our choices. We say hell yes to the things that serve us, and we say hell no to the things that don't. Breathe in, lift up halfway. Breathe out, forward fold. Slowly round up your spine, come to tall and standing. Lift the palms high up and take it right back down, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, place the palms to the ground, step the feet back. Option to stay in your down dog or flow through a vinyasa from plank to cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg's going high into the air. Create an opening, a bend of the knee, a stacking of the hips. Okay, re-extend your leg. Press the foot between, first pull the knee into your chest and find a little hover, and then re-extend up into sky. Do that again, pull the knee into the chest, hover for a moment, locate space between thumbs, and then step your foot there. Good, draw the back heel in and down. Open up the arms, warrior 2. Catch the elbows above the head, reverse your warrior, or make it a little peaceful by pulling your side body towards the back leg. Good, unwind the arms. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended. Forearm onto quad, arm up and over ear. Keep finding a little bit of steadiness. Even when we enter the unknown, we inhale, catch the arm, lean back. This is familiar, but each side of our bodies has something else to give, something else to teach. Breathe in, warrior 2. Breathe out, maybe a deeper version of extended warrior. Extended side. Stretching, breathing, and then straighten your leg. If you have a block, you can always place it underneath the hand to give the floor a little bit of lift, your body the correct alignment. Gaze to maybe top thumb. Okay, then hand in sky comes to your hip. Bend your front knee, pick up your spine for a moment, heel toe your back knee in a little bit so that you can feel bounce through front knee, bounce through back knee. Maybe grab on to your block with your left hand, look forward of the foot, and then start to place the hand on floor or block, pick up your hip so that it stacks over your left. You have one strong flexed foot pushing energy out through the system. Hand can stay on the hip or reach up into the sky. Hand on the block can stay there, or maybe you have a little balance challenge, hand on heart. Okay, return the feet to the floor. Straighten both legs, catch left wrist, lean back. Okay, then turn your chest open to a star, heels in, toes out, a little shorter this time, wide-legged fold. First, bring your toes to pivot in, hands to your prayer, lean your hips back and forward fold. Okay, last time, if you stayed a little bit more still, maybe this time you add in some movement. It could be a twist. It could be a forearm stand. It could be walking your hands to one leg. Or if you moved around last time a lot, maybe this time you choose to take it a little bit slower. Okay, then Malasana, one more like little moment of sealing it in. Heel, toe, heel, toe. Keep the heels in, the toes point out, then your hips sink, your head lifts, your heart touches the thumbs touch back into the heart. Create a seal with the knees pulling into elbows, elbows pushing out into the knees. And just like a reminder, like every choice that we make, like helps us be consistent with our boundaries. And when we do that, we like show ourselves like the greatest love. But truly, sometimes it's hard to even know, like, what can we allow, what can we not, without first like getting quiet enough to listen to the heart. Okay, let the hands come down, lift the hips back up. Forward fold, turning your toes, maybe walking them in a little closer together. They say, like, you might say actually, like, oh, once everything is perfect and in place, that's when I will feel peace. But it's actually the opposite. Once we can cultivate this internal peace, that's when we start to see things fall in place around us. Okay, we bend our knees, we fold into our hearts and then lift up. One more really long stretch out through the shoulders and the fingertips up into the sky. And then seal the palms, pull them through your heart center, forward fold. Lift up halfway, inhale. Exhale, take the hands to the ground, step the feet back to a plank, and then drop the knees to the ground. Okay, and then scoot your fingertips to your knees. And for this next longest meditation that we've done today, it's going to be 5 minutes. And it can be experienced here in a hero's pose with a block underneath you. You could cross your legs. You could sit up onto a bolster or to a block. And this meditation is going to be very similar to just the ones that we've done before, where we're not using a mantra to help us stick to it. We're not even like using much of a technique. You can use your breath, of course, but like it's more so that kind of meditation you think of when you're just sitting, maybe a little contemplating, but in the way of, hey, I see it, I notice it, but then I'm like letting it go. So more so a meditation, like as if you were sitting on the patch of grass at Forsyth Park or on Tybee Island or wherever you guys are from, your little like piece of perfectness. And you're sitting and just looking up at the sky and watching clouds go by. And you see them, but we're not naming any animals that we see within the cloud. We're just watching it go by. And that can be like very similar with the thoughts, or very similar with maybe conversations that are replaying, or to-dos that are now appearing as we're ending. And my hope too is by the time we've gotten to this point in our practice, we've practiced enough, we've moved enough, and now we can hopefully drop in as deeply and fully as we can. I'll grow quiet. If any of that was helpful, use it. And if not, just let it go like a cloud passing by. I'll keep time, and you just be here in your seat. Notice where you've traveled. If you've gone far from this peaceful place, just reel yourself back in. We're about halfway done. Normal if this is one of the hardest parts of our time together. When we become more still, things appear maybe more clearer. Notice them and then watch them go. Observing, not absorbing. Take a few more breaths here. Like honey, my peace is sweet. Like jelly, it is carefully crafted. Like pickles, it is protected by boundaries. I am the jar. I choose what enters. I preserve what matters. I preserve what matters. Connection, community, peace, breath, calm. Continue to preserve what is a strong priority to you. And as we start to come out of this meditation, maybe it's two hands pushing into the heart, reminding to always find time to listen to what the heart has to say, even when it's difficult, even when your brain wants to pull you out. And if you'd like to end practice here in an uplifted position and keep going with your meditation, you're welcomed. If you'd like to find a little twist and then a Shavasana, I'll guide you there. And then you get to stay in that place as long as your morning will allow you to. You come into your backs. You can come off of your seat. Can find your back rolling down to the support of the earth. Pull your knees into your chest, and then just knock them over to the right, gaze to the left. If you want more sensation, you can reach your right leg, your top leg out. Maybe your left peace fingers find your toe. And then after another breath, close the legs, pull the knees back into the chest. Maybe you lift them up into the sky for a moment, rotating your ankles. And then pull your knees into your chest, drop them to the left leg or top leg. Might extend. Maybe you grab on to the shin or to the foot. You can just keep your knees stacked. Gaze might fall over to the left. And then as you pause in your container, I hope you can find more things in your week that fill you with calm, so that whatever chaos or uncertainty is around you, you can handle it with steadiness, with precision, and with choice. You're coming to a Shavasana, knees can come into the chest, and then you can take a little squeeze, maybe lifting head and shoulders off the mat, find a ball, squeeze, 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 get really, really tiny, and then open, expand, take up space. Be everything that you are all at once here in your last shape. In Shavasana, once again, not a shape, but like a piece, a place of bliss. All the work is done. Now integration can happen by being still and being okay with everything that just happened and everything that will. And I'll leave you here to stay as long as you can. Hopefully at least 2 minutes or more. Wednesday, we'll be back at Collins Porter Forest Side for our 6 p.m. practice. Collins Porter generously supports this practice too. So if you find yourself out and about today, maybe you stop there for a coffee or a treat or maybe a brunch date. I really truly cherish and honor all of you who spent time this morning to practice. My love, my light, my joy sees, honors, celebrates your loves, your lights, your joys. Until we see each other again, may you have peace that you can share and spread to others. Om Shanti. Peace.